Hey, what's up, Sagertown? Director of Broadcasting Jacob Perrett here, and wow, we have a great episode for you today. In this episode, we're going to give you guys a history lesson on the origins of Thanksgiving, as well as we're going to be introducing a new game to you guys called Can You Poem? And then you guys are going to get a movie review from Eric Kisner on the new movie Interstellar, and then we're going to wrap up this episode by asking the students and the staff from Sagertown High School what they are most thankful for this year. So check it out. History lesson. So, being that Thanksgiving is approaching us very quickly, we decided to give you guys the origins of Thanksgiving. But first, we went around to Sagertown High School students to ask them where they thought the whole Thanksgiving idea celebration came from. And here's what they said. Okay, why do we celebrate Thanksgiving?
Because the pilgrims are thanking the Indians.
For what?
For helping them.
Why do we celebrate Thanksgiving? Howdy, pilgrim. Why do you think we celebrate Thanksgiving?
To give thanks for everything we're thankful for.
The celebration of Snoopy and his popcorn eating gang.
That's what I was thinking, but why?
Because of the pilgrims.
Why do we celebrate Thanksgiving?
To eat turkey.
Because the mighty pilgrims got together with the mighty Indians and they had a mighty fine feast.
Because the pilgrims came over and ate with the Indians and they were giving thanks.
And there you have it.
Okay, I'm gonna go with because the Mayflower and with the Pilgrims and how they survived the first winter, so they were thankful for surviving.
That pretty much sums it up. I mean, the first ever Thanksgiving was celebrated by the Pilgrims in America as a feast to give thanks to God and for the good harvest. And there just so happen to be Indians involved, I guess. This has been your history lesson. Okay, before we jump into this next segment, let me explain it a little bit to you guys. We have a whole bunch of scrambled magnetic words sticking to a wall. The contestant in 30 seconds then must put the words together into a poem, and at the end we will assess it and figure out whether they can poem or not. So without further ado, let's get started. Can you poem? Okay, the first ever contestant, Brennan Burke, has accepted the challenge of Can You Poem? Nick Woogie will put 30 seconds on the clock and begin. Wow, as you can see, Burke has got some lightning fast movements. But will his poem make it through the assessment of the judges? Time. Stop. Back up. Back out. Back it up. I harp emotion. Beautiful melody. Accidental masterpiece. Listen. We have called up Eric Kisner to assess the poem.
This is a poem that defies rating. If I had to, 10 out of 10.
My name is Brennan Burke and I know how to poem.
And there you have it, that's Can You Poem? And now here's our first ever movie review from Eric Kisner. Hope you enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Eric Kisner and I'm here to talk to you about a movie out this week. It's a phenomenal film. It's called Interstellar. Now you've probably heard of this, you've probably seen the previews for it. It looks, it's interesting, but this is a movie from Christopher Nolan, the director of Inception, the Dark Knight trilogy, Memento. He's a guy who's made a career on very complex, often frankly confusing movies, but this is one of his best in my opinion. What Interstellar is about basically is, it's not the end of the world necessarily, but it's the end of humanity on Earth, where we see America being overcome with these sort of dust bowl conditions. There's lots of plagues and blights on crops and droughts. So really everything is just slowly dying off, and it follows the story of this one astronaut named Cooper, who is played by Matthew McConaughey, who is an ex-test pilot, and he comes across this NASA project to go into space through this wormhole, which To be completely honest, I don't really know what that means. It just, a wormhole essentially, it would take away a lot of the limitations of space travel so they can go to these other planets and see which of these would actually be possible for people on Earth to live, to continue this humanity even when the world is no longer uninhabitable. Aside from being so scientific and focusing on like gravity and time and space, it also talks about Cooper, Matthew McConaughey's relationship with his daughter, and how that changes when he has to leave Earth, which is it's a really painful aspect of the movie, just to think that for the good of humanity he had to just leave his daughter and not be a part of her life. It just feels like a classic. It feels like it belongs right up there in those ranks of the classics, like 2001: Space Odyssey or Star Wars, like I mentioned. So in conclusion, I give this 6 stars out of 5. Not really, but this is a great movie, people. You have to see this movie. This is a science fiction classic, I think. I really do believe that. Like I said, directed by Christopher Nolan, a great director. It's just great. See it.
Now before we leave, we always like to go up to random students and put them on the spot and ask them random questions. This week being, what are you most thankful for? And here are some of the answers that we got. I hope you enjoy. What are you thankful for?
Everything.
I am thankful for everything.
My friends and family, and just that I'm kind of healthy, like not 100%.
What are you most thankful for?
My family and friends.
What are you most thankful for?
I'm most thankful for a healthy family. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
My family.
Family and friends.
I'm thankful definitely for family. That's definitely a serious time at Thanksgiving, and I have a very large family. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my parents. Each day with them is precious right now.
Alright, good. Thank you. There you have it. Alright, thank you everybody for tuning in to the second edition of the Panther Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. This is your Director of Broadcasting, Jacob Brett, signing off. Have a great week at school.
Great thing about... Wait, what's he doing?